One time when I was in second grade I was taking a fat dump, and the fire alarm started to go off, so I panicked and pulled my pants up and shat it in them. I told my teacher and she sent me to the nurse, and it was really embarrassing because I also was stinky. I had to get new clothes and it turns out it was just a drill. There's this creepy kid from my wrestling team. He would always be around the girls despite telling him to leave us alone. One time he took my phone and somehow added his number and then texted me that night. I had no idea who it was, so I just asked who was it and he said it was him. And since I didn't know much about him I didn't care, so I let it happen. Then he tried to FaceTime me and I picked up once cause I thought it wasn't a big deal, but then he would be messaging me every single day about FaceTiming. Despite me telling him I was busy, he wouldn't leave me alone. So I screenshot the messages and I sent it to the girls' wrestling group chat where one of the girls DM'd her older brother. The thing is that this wasn't the first time this has happened. He was creepy to every girl on the team. Then the next day we saw some of the guys drag him during practice and choke him out since they heard what he was doing. LMAO, stupid creepy cunt got what he deserved. One time when I was like 5 I was really scared of being alone. So I was in my 4-year-old brother's bedroom watching movies with him and we didn't know where the TV remote was, so I yelled at my mom so she will help us find it, but this bitch didn't answer, so I walked downstairs looking for my mom and she wasn't there, so I really started to freak out. And I remembered that one time my mom told me to call 911 on emergencies, so I thought it was an emergency and called the cops. As I was calling the police my brother was crying and begging me to not call them, but I didn't care and called them. Then suddenly my mom comes out of the garage telling me to stop, and the lady in the phone was like I. So my mom hung up and started to yell at me, and then the cops were outside my house and my mom told us to stay in the house. She somehow convinced them that I was trying to call my grandpa in another country and I got the wrong number. Lol, thank you for your submission. So one time when I was like 8, I had a huge crush on this boy, and every day during recess me and my friends would chase him and tackle him around the whole playground. One day I tackled him and kissed his shoulder. I don't fucking know why. And then we came back from the playground and his grandma worked at the school. And she pulled me from my class and she told me to never do that again or I would be in big trouble. I'm still terrified of her to this day. I used to live in North Carolina and I became best friends with this girl down the street named Brianna, and we meet up every day until we started fighting on who gets to be Liv on the show, Liv and Maddie. We always rode our bikes together and raced, but she would get beat every time to the point we got into fist fights. So one day we were racing around the house and she lost and I had it at that point, so I grabbed a stick and chased her with it. Her mom then started yelling at me while having her 10th cigarette of that day. By Anonymous. Y'all have crazy lives. So when I was 13 or 14 we went to this very fancy restaurant with my whole family since it was my uncle's birthday, and my uncle is kinda rich, and there was this cute waiter who took us to our reserved seats and offered us something to drink. He was really young, he looked like he could be 17 years old and always smiled at me. At that time I got a new Instagram account because I was hacked, so I was scrolling through my Explorer page and followed random people. I came across some weird meme content on my Explorer page, but I didn't mind until one video of 2 people doing the nasty popped up and I didn't turn my volume down, and the waiter came with our drinks at the same time, so there was a lot of moaning and other creepy stuff to hear. My whole family including the cute guy just stared at me, and my mom started yelling at me right in front of everyone and confronted me saying how she will beat my ass when we get home. I was embarrassed AF. Okay, so one day I was in kindergarten and my stupid ugly ass teacher wouldn't let me go to the bathroom, and next thing you know I ducking pee on myself, and when I went to the nurse's office my mom and dad aren't together, so I had a stepmom at that time. Mine was very mean, she didn't work, so she went to my school with her ugly bitch ass looking ass stupid ass. 1 + 1 = 21 bitch ass pulled up to my school face with rolling eyes. I wanted to curse at her but I was in school, so I just screamed in the bathroom. When I went back to class they looked at me. I told the teacher why the duck they didn't let me go to the bathroom and she stood quiet. That's my confession. Okay, so one day in maybe like 1st or 2nd grade me and a few of my friends were playing in the bathroom for no reason, and the snitching ass bubblegum dumb raggedy ass snitch ass hoe came in the bathroom and told on us. I'm not even gonna use a fake name because she's a bitch. So the Kayla bitch came in the bathroom and told on us I was in the stall, and I came out real fast because I didn't want her to tell on us, so I sling the bathroom door open and I didn't know one of my friends was coming under the stall, and I slung it open real fast and it busted her head open and she has to go to the hospital and has to get 6 stitches, but the Kayla bitch never snitched because I beat her ass. Beaming face with smiling eyes. Relieved face. Thank you for your support. When I was a little kid I had to poop really bad, but I used to go into the corners of rooms and poop my pants, but this one particular time I went into the corner and took off my pants and underwear and started taking a fat shit on the floor. Did I mention it was carpet? My mom later found my poop and we had to pull up the whole carpet and put a new one down because of the smell. Story time. Basically I have a friend, her name is Naomi, and she came to school later on after it started and decided to like my crush. Then he asked her out. And she told him no, but then little did I know that girl was secretly dating him till one of my friends told me God I wanted to beat her ass, and recently I did a prank on her that I was going to my crush's house. Before the prank they already broke up like 2 months ago, and she got mad and sent screenshots to a group we were in a like 12 ppl, and they all started coming for me. Then I told them it was a prank and they were still mad, and then me and Naomi worked things out, but God, she's like a two-faced. I just want to slap her for everything she did to me. What a hoe. Story time. When I was in 4th grade, there was a book fair at my school and I decided to buy a diary, because why not? I wrote down who my crushes were. I had 2 of them. Then my older brother took my diary and read it. He promised not tell my mom, but a squirrel lying Pinocchio beaver snothead rat face told my mom. I got in trouble for having a crush. Like child, he's not even my boyfriend. Straight-mouthed face with one raised eyebrow. Then they left me and went to McDonald's. Guess who they saw at McDonald's? My crush and his family. My mom was friends with his mom, so yeah, at least she didn't know who my other crush was. I knew my mom wasn't lying when she said she saw my crush and his family at McDonald's, because a week later they were talking about it at church. Grinning face with cowboy hat. I'm still embarrassed till this day and I have to see him a lot. Bye. Okay, so story time. When I was in like 2nd grade there was this really weird girl, but she had the Monster High doll I wanted but could never find, so my dumbass took the doll while she wasn't looking and put it in my backpack, which was hanging up with all the others. Backpack. Anyway, the girl told the teacher that she couldn't find her Monster High doll, so the teacher picked one student to search everyone's backpacks for the Monster High doll, and of course she picked my crush. Anyway, my crush found it in my backpack and I was so embarrassed.